The new Model Y Juniper has been spotted again with a completely different look than the new Model 3, which alone has made customers even more excited to wait for it because it could arrive by year's end. The person who leaked the new version of the SUV may have been fired by Elon immediately because of the leak, as Elon tried to cover up the Model Y Juniper quite well, but it was clear that he lied. So what will the new Model Y Juniper look like? Discover now. How was the new Model Y Juniper spotted? Specifically on Reddit, a guy named abomb1977 posted two images that, according to the information he provided, are the new Model Y Juniper found seemingly in China. If this information is reliable, the new Model Y Juniper version may not just be an SUV version of the current upgraded Model 3 Highland. Contrary to initial rumors, there is clearly a rather interesting highlight. Firstly, let's take a look at the first close-up image of the rear of the Model Y Juniper. If we said we weren't stunned when we saw this picture, we'd be lying. Yeah, it's truly astonishing because according to our previous expectations, the rear of the Model Y Juniper would still look just like the Model 3 refresh as the taillights migrate entirely onto the trunk lid, easing the need for complex tolerances around the opening, and the taillights themselves adopt a thinner look with their C-shapes. No, but we were wrong. Tesla may have done a 180 turn, as visible in the images is a full-width taillight bar, which would make it the second Tesla with a design feature after the Cybertruck. As part of the tailgate, which could move the number plate to the lower bumper. On the light bar, you can see the Tesla logo in raised letters because of the light emitted from the light bar. Obviously, no Tesla model has this, so 90% of it is exactly the refreshed Model Y. If this image still doesn't convince you, we also discover that the car is heavily wrapped to conceal the changes after the upgrade. Why wrap it? Why disguise it instead of revealing it? Clearly, Tesla wants to cover up and hide these enhancements. They wouldn't try to make an old car mysterious. Only things that haven't been released are worth such meticulous secrecy. And this is clearly the Model Y Juniper that Elon's been striving to keep under wraps. To give you a detailed look at what the rear of the Model Y might look like, check out this image. Yeah, based on a spy shot of the rear, Dominic, a sketch artist and Tesla enthusiast, provided a quick Model Y Juniper render. It closely resembles what was posted on Reddit. The transition of the light bar from Cybertruck to the Model Y is one of the boldest decisions Tesla could have made. The Model Y looks much more robust with this change, doesn't it? Hopefully, this change will be well received by the majority of folks. Returning to that second leaked photo, the photographer also gives us a glimpse of the interior of this new Model Y. Although it's quite dark and only captures part of the right-hand side, it's enough to clearly see an interesting change here. Yeah, an analysis of the leaked Model Y Juniper interior picture reveals several notable features. The dashboard shape appears identical to Model 3, although the dashboard material is not clearly identifiable. The seats are ventilated and the door panels feature suede material. The ambient light bar is shorter than in Model 3, while the front of the door panels seem more complex with different materials around the ambient light bar. The area near the dashboard may host an additional speaker, and the door handle and door storage compartment look identical to those in the Model 3. Although not seen here, it is likely the SUV will follow the sedan in deleting the steering column stalks, with indicators moved to the steering wheel and gear selector to the touchscreen. Clearly, after the Model 3 refresh was announced last year, there were rumors that the Model Y Juniper would be unveiled in October 2024, which means we are very close to that time. In fact, this is not the first time Model Y Juniper has appeared with leaked images. About 2 weeks ago, Reddit user Jack also spotted the Model Y Juniper outside the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena. It appeared almost entirely covered at both the front and rear, and reports indicated that the interior was almost completely concealed to stop anyone from recognizing it as a Model Y Juniper. Coincidentally, both images purported to be of Juniper are black Model Ys, both heavily covered. We'll also give you some expected performance changes with the new Model Y Juniper on the back, but apparently there are some issues after the new Model Y leaked. Although this gives us some more updates on the refresh Model Y, we're quite concerned for the guy who secretly photographed and leaked Model Y Juniper, even though it was camouflaged and something Elon's repeatedly tried to keep hidden. Clearly, this person revealed their face reflected on the shiny paint of the car, and if they're a Tesla employee, they might soon get fired for making the photo go viral and generating a lot of discussion. The photo has now been taken off of Reddit, but it doesn't change much since many people have already saved it in time. In fact, Elon and Tesla have reasons to keep the Model Y Juniper well hidden until its official launch to avoid turning the current Model Y into a massive inventory surplus. This is precisely the Osborne effect, where people ignore the current products in anticipation of the new version. In an effort to prevent further leaks about the Model Y Juniper from affecting sales of the current version, Musk wrote on X, "No Model Y refresh is coming out this year." Now, I should note that Tesla continuously improves its cars, so even a car that's months newer is still going to be a little bit better. This is not to blame the customers, because no one wants to buy a new car and it becomes an old car in just a few months. But will Model Y Juniper really improve the performance? The question's also asked quite a lot because when reviewing Model 3 Highland, the range performance has only improved ever so slightly. The reason is that the Model 3 did not change the battery pack, but with a Model Y, many reports indicate that it'll have a new battery pack to change the game. 2. New Model Y Juniper performance. Clearly, range is the biggest concern for Model Y Juniper. Initially, many reports out of China indicated that the M3P cattle battery is what Tesla plans to use in Model Y to replace the current LFP and 2170 packs. Although this info has not yet been confirmed or clarified by Elon or Tesla, it's evident that there's a more suitable battery pack compared to the rumored M3P battery. But first, we got to understand exactly what the M3P is and whether it's truly going to be suitable for Model Y. According to many reputable sources, M3P battery was introduced by CATL back in 2022 to be known as a lithium manganese iron phosphate battery. But more correctly, CATL has clarified that the M3P is not precisely a lithium manganese iron phosphate battery, but rather a ternary of phosphate system. The cathode materials in the CATL M3P battery consist of ternary materials from the phosphate system doped with elements like magnesium, zinc, and aluminum alongside lithium manganese iron phosphate. This combination enhances the charge-discharge capacity and cycle stability of the battery. Reports indicate that the energy density of the M3P battery is approximately 20% higher than that of lithium iron phosphate batteries, reaching 210 watt-hours a kg. However, if the Model Y gets launched in the States, it's clear that the CATL M3P battery could prevent the SUV from qualifying for the $7,500 tax credit due to increasingly stringent regulations on Chinese batteries. Moreover, with an energy density of 210 watt-hours a kilo, the M3P battery may not improve Model Y's performance. In fact, it could even reduce their performance, considering that the previous Panasonic 2170 battery used in Model Y had an energy density of 209 watt-hours a kilo. Therefore, the next generation 4680 battery with dry electrodes is much more suitable for keeping the Model Y Juniper affordable and maintaining a higher energy density even with the refresh. According to recent reports, Tesla started producing the next-gen 4680 batteries, which are cheaper than the Cybercell being used in the Cybertruck. The lower cost is due to Tesla completely eliminating the cathode wet coating process in favor of cathode dry coating. Wet coating requires the material mixture to be dried in large kilns, often dozens of meters long, which increases factory space, energy consumption, and processing time, making it very expensive. This makes the cathode account for more than 35% of the battery cost. Producing the cathode for the 4680 with dry coating is the most challenging part, but also the biggest lever for reducing costs. With dry coating, mixing is no longer necessary, and the energy-intensive kilns are no longer required. And that allows Tesla to reduce factory floor space by a factor of 10, cut energy consumption by 10 times, and cut investment costs. This method will help substantially reduce the price of the 4680 battery from Giga Texas, benefiting both the upcoming Cybertruck and the 2025 Model Y Juniper. Once Panasonic and LG start supplying 4680 batteries to Tesla, there's going to be enough batteries for both Cybertruck and Model Y. Model Y Juniper is extremely well suited for these battery packs, not just because of their cost, but also due to the significantly increased energy density of the next-gen 4680 battery. This improvement's achieved by increasing the manganese content in the cathode to more than the current 6.6 manganese. The shift to higher manganese concentration will enhance the energy density of the 4680 cells, potentially hitting over 300 watt-hours a kilo. We might have forgotten that Model Y, produced in Austin, Texas, initially integrated the 4680 batteries in 2022, but quickly reverted to using 2170 batteries due to their lower efficiency. In fact, these were the first generation 4680s, which were more experimental in nature. Clearly, those were among the least impressive Model Ys produced by Tesla. The 4680 Model Y, after disassembly, showed an energy density of 244 watt-hours per kilogram per cell, which is considerably lower than the 269 watt-hours per kilogram of the popular Panasonic 2170 cells that are being used in Tesla's long-range versions in the United States. However, remember that this was just the first generation of this battery type, and since then the density has significantly improved, with the Cybercell being used for the Cybertruck. If the Model Y indeed features the next-gen 4680 battery, it could help the SUV achieve a driving range of up to 350 miles, combined with improved aerodynamics and drag coefficient after the refresh. Changing the chemical composition will not increase costs for Tesla, as manganese is not expensive. As far as we know, manganese-rich cathode materials have long been considered an attractive option due to their low cost, high voltage, and relatively low environmental impact. Of course, Tesla may use different models of batteries for Model Y in different markets. For example, the Model Y that's made in Giga Berlin in Germany uses BYD's advanced Blade battery that has LFP chemistry, offering superior charging performance. Recently, BYD also launched Blade Gen 2, so the European version of the Model Y might upgrade to this higher-end battery pack. Conversely, Giga Shanghai version could use CATL's M3P or Shenxing Plus batteries, providing a stable range but with shortened charging times of less than 20 minutes. Finally, the Model Y at the Texas and Fremont, California factories will use the next generation 4680 batteries. The price of the Model Y Juniper will likely increase by at least $2,000 to $3,000 initially, but it will decrease as battery costs get optimized. This is common and an understandable practice since new products usually come with a higher price tag. Tesla might prioritize launching the Model Y Juniper in China first, followed by the US, similar to their approach with the Model 3 Highland. This strategy not only allows Tesla to tap into a large and dynamic market, but also leverages their production and supply chain advantages in China. The price adjustment also helps Tesla maintain competitiveness in the market and continue to attract global consumer interest in their advanced electric vehicles. In June, sales of the Model Y produced in China, both for the domestic market and exports, dropped by 30% compared to the same period last year. The lack of an update for the Model Y seems to be impacting Tesla's electric vehicle sales. Customers warmly welcome the update to the Tesla Model 3, also known as Highland. And following the leaks about Model Y Juniper, many may be delaying their purchasing decisions. This is the primary reason for the decrease in delivery numbers. It remains to be seen whether this will continue for the final retail version, but it increases the likelihood of a more significant design overhaul for the Model Y Juniper than previously thought. Many industry insiders, including the CEO of Rivian, have complained that Tesla's designs are somewhat outdated and should not be copied. It cannot be denied that the Model Y is the most outdated vehicle in Tesla's portfolio. On the other hand, Cybertruck embodies the most modern design element that Tesla has, and it's the coolest vehicle that people still point out whenever they see it on the road. The recently refreshed Model 3 Highland features a more robust and impressive appearance, described as one of the most desirable Tesla vehicles right now. Model S and X got refreshes 3 years ago, but Model Y largely remains unchanged since its launch back in 2020, which is over 4 years ago. It's the only vehicle in Tesla's lineup without ventilated seats, a rear display screen, and it's quite amusing that the Model 3 has ambient lighting while Model Y does not. Tesla may have heard about these reactions and decided to do something different for the 2025 Model Y Juniper upgrade. Tesla's Model Y Juniper is now expected to get announced and released next year after Elon dismissed rumors that the model would happen this year. Model Y has already gotten a mild refresh over in China, complete with ambient lighting, softer interior materials, and newer wheels. Tesla is also continuing to implement other upgrades, such as installing the new FSD 4.0 hardware in batches as soon as it becomes available. The Model Y is Tesla's best-selling vehicle, and the company does not want to reduce its current sales too early while waiting for suppliers to ramp up production of the 4680 batteries. Currently, all 4680 battery packs are being used for the Cybertruck. Model Y has seen a decrease in volume for the fifth consecutive year. As the refresh of Model Y approaches, this decline may become more pronounced. Pricing could also play a role here. In other words, the second half of the year is going to be a challenge because the Model Y is the company's flagship vehicle, and the numbers for this SUV are expected to increase significantly once the Juniper project is officially launched. From our perspective, this fourth quarter is a reasonable time to unveil the project, with production potentially starting next year to serve the market. What do you think of the leaked images of the Model Y Juniper and the changes that have been revealed? We hope you like its new design, and be sure to share your opinion in the comments below. We hope you learn more about the Juniper project after watching this episode. If you did, hit the like button and join your Tesla Car World family by subscribing to our channel. And that way you'll never miss out on any of our awesome videos. Make sure you hit that bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Take care and God bless.